Okay, welcome back everybody. So let's go ahead and finish up this PowerPoint presentation talking about how do we define religion. So now we've worked up to a good definition as presented in the text for religion. So what is religion? Religion is a complex set of reasonably interwoven beliefs, behaviors, and experiences rooted in some notion of transmundane ultimate being. So in order for us to really understand this definition, and not just regurgitate it, we have to define transmundane and ultimate and talk about each one of those terms. So if we look at the word transmundane, we'll see that the root word mundane. A lot of people think that means boring, not necessarily the case. If something is mundane, then it's everyday, ordinary, normal. Now, if we drop the prefix trans in front of it and we get transmundane, then we take that word and it becomes something wonderful. In other words, it's something that is not ordinary. It's not everyday. It's not normal. So then, in other words, transmundane would be the quality of being beyond the normal world. And religion is certainly this. Religion is that can take us beyond the ordinary, beyond the everyday. Religion takes us beyond the normal world. Now we're going to add to that ultimate. Now, a good way to understand ultimate would be like if you play pee-wee football. Okay, that's not the ultimate in football. Beyond that, there is high school, the high school level of football. Now you can make it to the state playoffs and win your, classification A, AA, etc. in high school football, but that's not the ultimate. You can make it into college, make it into the college football playoffs, and then win the college football playoffs. But that is not the ultimate, because there's something beyond that. And that's the NFL, the National Football League. And the ultimate is to win the Super Bowl. And that is the ultimate in football, because there's nothing greater than winning the Super Bowl. So we take that idea of the ultimate and we apply it and drop it into this definition, and you'll see that that's how we get ultimate being. And this is what many people refer to as God. In other words, there's nothing greater. There's nothing greater than God. So therefore, that gets us this wonderful definition of religion, the complex set of reasonably interwoven beliefs, behaviors, and experiences rooted in some notion of transmundane ultimate being. Wow, this is a really good working definition of religion. Now, once we have that, we can further dig deeper into talking about religion in terms of tribal and open religions. Now, what is a tribal religion? A tribal religion is one that you are born into. It is based upon birth, and of paramount importance is bloodline. And the examples of tribal religions are Hinduism and Judaism. So in other words, if your mother is Jewish, the second you leave the womb, you're Jewish. You could never go to synagogue, never study and learn Torah, never have a bar or bat mitzvah, and guess what? You still are Jewish. Why? Because you're born into it. Now, tribal faiths are different than open. Open religion is one that allows the participants to join or leave based upon free will. And examples of open religions would include Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. In other words, if you are a Christian, you are not born a Christian. You make the choice out of your own free will to become a Christian. Likewise, with open faiths, as opposed to the tribal, you could wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm not a Christian anymore. I'm going to be a Buddhist. And guess what? That's true. But on the other side, it's not true. If, say for example, someone who is Jewish wakes up one day and says, I'm not going to be Jewish anymore, I'm going to become a Buddhist, then that person, believe it or not, technically would be hyphenated. That would be a Jewish Buddhist or a Jubu. Believe it or not, it's true. Now that person might go around and if someone was to say, hey, what's your religion? That person might say, I'm Buddhist. But technically, since they were born of a Jewish mother, they would be a Jewish Buddhist. Oh, I know, it's wonderful. Now, a lot of people say, what about converting? Can I convert and become Hindu or Jewish? And the answer is yes. So for all of these different faiths, whether tribal or open, there is conversion process that lets people join. So this is another way to define religion, tribal or open. And then the last slide here, taking a look, you should be able to go through and check off, be able to define as well as talk about all of these different terms that we've covered here in this PowerPoint presentation. So, if there's any questions or anything, please feel free to let me know. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.